Good
Morning.
morning.
Hey everyone.
Welcome to Awkward Channeling, where we're being a little silly today. So we'll see how this goes.
A little,
We're definitely having some silly moments. I just want to say real quick, if you're seeing us and you can't comment,
right.
open the uh open the video in YouTube app or external browser. So if you come here from like Facebook, you cannot comment. But if you get it into the YouTube app, which is usually, up in the corner, depending on what device you're on, then you can comment. And we would love to hear from you today.
Absolutely.
Today, we were, well, first off, sorry about last week. My power went out. We just couldn't do it. But, we decided for last week we were going to talk about how we call things into our lives and maybe some ways to release that and maybe even healing and attunement. So uh, we'll be channeling someone something, but first we want to talk about that.
Yeah.
And per usual, I cannot for the life of me remember what exactly was my current, because I had something current in my life that this was happening, and I realized it and was like, oh gosh, and then I was able to shift that, and it kind of released things for me. But Lord only knows exactly what that
Right.
was. So Joelle does remember one of her examples.
Oh
So we're
yes.
going to talk about hers first.
Mine was not fun at all, but didn't realize that at the time. But at my one of my old jobs, there was a lady who always talked about when her lung collapsed. And she was a smoker, I was a smoker, and it put that fear in me of, oh God, what happens if my lung collapse, and I thought about it constantly, and it's like I need to stop smoking. I need to do this, and my son, he was little bitty. He was probably 4 or 5 at the time, and sure enough, I'm in the shower one day, and I cough, and I hit the floor. I was like, I thought I was having a heart attack. My freaking lung collapsed, and it was right after. Let me see. No, Katrina was in August. This was Valentine's Day of
Oh, how fun.
2006. Happy Valentine's Day to me. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
And that's powerful. I
oh,
mean, that is absolutely something we can do. And we did talk a little bit this morning
yeah,
about how, like, my dad's side of the family, we all believe that as we hit about 50, we all end up with diabetes. Well,
right.
hello. If we're believing that, we just bring it on. So, right around 50, boom, right? Type
Absolutely.
2, no matter what you're doing, like, there it is.
Hmm.
Um,
Thoughts are powerful. People don't realize I didn't, myself until shit. So,
Yeah, and those are 2 really big things, but, there's all kinds of little small things that we do, "Oh my gosh, this car's gonna keep breaking down. Oh my gosh, this car's gonna keep breaking down." I mean, that's
right.
a good one because we were doing that to ourselves for a little while, and, the wor the co it's just ugh, sorry, the thoughts, the repetitive stuff,
Hmm.
especially the worry,
Oh,
because we're creator beings, the
and
more we
fear is such a
focus.
strong emotion. It's way up there, and
Yes.
it'll help you, not help you, but make you
Good morning,
sorry.
Judy.
Brain, all this stuff coming in.
I know, we've had kind of a lot of activity this morning, both of us. I'll put out a channel later from the Goddess Power deck from Demeter. She was came through really nicely this morning, and it's really a beautiful. I think it's a
Oh,
beautiful message. So,
it was. She was
you
so
know,
calm and just, I love listening to it. I'm gonna listen to it again later.
she's interesting. Yeah, and they're coming through stronger and more like them and less like me. So that's kind of fun too. Anyhow, that's not our topic. Let me just take you off into left field, guys. Do any of you have examples of how you think you've maybe pulled something into your life? Even if it's small, even if it's just you decided that I don't think that lady likes me, and even though she's maybe tried to uh, interact with you in some way, you still think she doesn't like you. So then eventually she doesn't like you, right? Then you end
Right.
up not being. I mean, there's so many little things that we can do
Oh,
to ourselves in that way. And I still can't think of what that was. There was absolutely something really present
I
in my
know
life.
because we talked about it, and I can't remember what it was either. But yeah, even like, oh gosh, this person's sick. Oh, and you worry about yourself getting sick and catching it. I mean, it just you manifest it yourself, and it's like,
Yeah.
what are
Yeah,
we
that's
doing?
true. And, to expand a little further, you absolutely can pull in what somebody else is experiencing by
Oh
having
yeah,
too much sympathy or empathy for them.
right.
That's something to keep in mind. But the fear piece, and we do it. I wish I could think of some. It's driving me nuts that I can't think of any little things. But there's so many things in a day that we think, oh gosh, what if this happens? Or oh gosh, what if that happens? And if we really start focusing on those what ifs, they will absolutely be what comes
Oh
true.
yeah, absolutely. And I've started
Ruminating.
myself. If I catch myself thinking that, I'm like, you're going to be okay because it's not going to happen. That's what I
Yeah.
keep. I'll keep. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
been helpful.
This is just a weird added piece. As you're saying, it's not going to happen. I watched a video the other day and it really felt kind of true to me. And I don't remember who it was, but I saw this video and this man was saying that the body doesn't hear the negatives. It doesn't hear it's not going to happen.
Hmm.
All it hears is it's happening. It
Really.
happens. So he was saying not to say it's not going to happen, rather say, oh God, what was it? Rather say something like, this is what's going to happen. And, kind of shift and pull that so
Right.
that you're
Yeah.
not nodding,
Right.
because because like, I mean, this is all a universe, right? Our little bodies, and it doesn't see things that way. And I know I'm not articulating that well. I'm so sorry.
Oh no,
hopefully
I
the,
totally get it.
hopefully the general in that comes through, but it was really interesting. I'll have to
Yeah,
look and see if I shared it, but um
it's interesting though.
yeah. Think about all the little ways that we expect something not so great to show up in our lives,
All right.
and how when we expect it, it absolutely happens.
Mm-hmm.
Catching those, and sometimes what I do with those is I'm like, nope, that's not going to be the way, right? And that, again, I'm still saying not,
Yeah.
but I'm like, I'm handing this over because that's not the outcome I want. Like, I want it to be a different outcome.
Right.
So, it's interesting after watching that video how often we say not.
Mm-hmm.
What?
While you're speaking, it just um, dawned on me why Mayette wanted,
Oh,
because when we're thinking that, we're forcing the situation, and she wants stuff to just unfold as it should. We shouldn't
yeah.
force it. So that's the connection why she's coming through today.
That makes sense. And that's like that's kind of what I do. That's a better way of saying that. Like, I'm like, I hand it over. I'm like, okay, hand it over to angels, hand it over to the universe. I know you have my back. Like, I do that a lot. Sometimes I forget and then things get kind of wonky. But if
Yeah.
I remember and I get myself back into that automatic habit, no, it doesn't matter. We don't need to worry about that. I mean,
Hmm.
I used to, like, my daughter would be worrying about something. I'm like, you don't have to worry about that. They always have your back. Just hand
Yeah.
it over. Just hand it over. Like, if we get in that habit, it works so well. Like, trust, right? Trust that the best thing that is
Yeah.
meant for me is going to happen. And even if it feels like a negative when it happens, it might be that something needs to move out of the way.
Yeah.
And sometimes that happens. Um,
Absolutely.
Here's a Judy. She says, I see this a lot in relationships when I assist clients. Past experiences condition is to believe the same thing will happen again, regardless of their
Right.
partner's true innocent intent. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that is one of those things. Like, you have to be like, hey, I'm going to set that aside
Right.
and I'm going to trust that this isn't the same.
Right.
That's a big one.
Absolutely. Yeah.
To not a lot. None of this is easy. And it's kind of interesting because I know that it hits us in little increments throughout our days, and they are habits, they are beliefs, they are past experiences, like, oh, this is the way it's always happened. So, I guess it's going to happen. Those are really important to undo and release. I kind of feel like your person might have a healing for that. So let's channel her. You want to
I
channel
think,
her?
yeah, I do.
She's like, will y'all stop talking and let me get in there?
It's funny because I pulled her for myself this morning and she didn't want me to channel her, and now I know why.
Yeah.
So it's
I'm going to
kind
make
of,
a really quick note that Joelle's audio is a little funky, so hopefully it's not too bad. We don't know why. We worked really diligently this morning trying to figure it out, and hopefully
can
it won't
y'all
be
hear
the
it
same
now? Or is it
next
just
time.
us?
Yeah, I'm hoping that it's okay for you guys. So if it's not, we apologize. Just,
Sorry.
I don't know. No, we know we're working on it. Anyway,
Okay.
go.
Okay. Okay. I'm sorry. Ah, yes, my children. It is so true that when you think and have these fears that things will happen, you are, in a sense, trying to force them to happen, whether you realize it or not. You need to let things flow as they should, the natural order, if you will. It goes for relationships with others as well as this one is dealing with. You need to let go of maybe the needs to be right and to be heard. Let things flow as they should. Everything will happen exactly as it is supposed to. Trust, as Shauna has said, you bring in that trust and all will be well. I can clear some of these thoughts, but you must make the intention to clear them when you have them as well. Atatake, 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 asiana natake, atake, atake, apatake, asiana natake, anana natake, atatake, yasa. Atatake, ananatake, apayatate, asiate, yatate, yatake, unanatake, yatate, yatate, yatake, amayatate, asaki, yatate, abiananatake, ananatake. Remember to let things flow as they should, because it will take lots off of your shoulders, if you will. The weights that you carry, let them go. Ooh, I like her.
That was cool. I felt that third eye running
Oh,
through my
that's
head
where
through the
she came
channels.
in. I mean, she just came, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. That was an interesting clearing. I still feel like it's going on. So it
yeah.
may take some time to run.
Ooh, thank you,
For
man.
sure. Yeah. That was pretty nice. Now who is she again? I'm sorry.
Mayette,
Mayat.
even though it's not spelled like that, that's what the card says.
Okay.
How do you pronounce it? She's a
Well, it's
Egyptian
fine. That
deity.
doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
Egyptian. Okay.
Yeah,
Well, that's very cool.
yeah. And she can
Yeah,
be
I just
called
didn't.
upon for support in making important decisions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that makes sense that she's, in for you right now. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely.
When I read the whole card this morning, I was like, yeah, y'all calling me out, aren't y'all again? They
They
do that
always
a
call us
lot,
out. That's
big
their
time.
job, right? Like if we're
Yeah.
asking,
You're not listening.
it's kind of like don't be angry with that honest friend of yours because
Right.
they love you and respect you enough to tell you the truth, as they see it, of
Oh,
course,
yeah,
depending on
absolutely.
what it is. But yeah, as they see it, and you do with it what you will.
That's why I just like I love when they do this.
Yeah, it's
It's like,
beautiful.
I want to tell you what you don't want to hear, but you need to.
Yeah, yeah. I'm really a firm believer that, I used to be super blunt and it didn't come with enough caring, right?
Right.
And, eventually you develop that and you realize, oh, okay, well, I'm not trying to put you down or anything. I'm just sharing how I see it.
Yeah.
And delivering it with some compassion is always doable. Now, you can't
Yeah.
guarantee how they're going to take it. It's totally up to them, right?
Mm,
Like, you can be mad if you want. That's fine.
yeah.
Like,
I'm
I'm
bad
not,
about that too. I'm
I'm
like,
not an authority.
don't ask me if you don't want to know the truth, because
Yeah, yeah.
but I want the same for me too. If I'm being
Right.
a jerk, tell me, so I can change. I want my feelings don't get hurt. Just tell me I'm being
Hmm.
a dumbass, and you know.
Right. Right. Well,
But
and I mean, that's respect for each other. If
yeah,
you're willing to call somebody out on, hey, don't talk to me like that. What is going on with you? Like,
right,
hello, are you paying attention? Am I that person? I'm not.
right,
Like sometimes you have to
absolutely.
do that kind of thing. This is what it is. It's not
Absolutely.
fun. But um, and she had said something in that I was gonna take a note on, but I didn't hold it, so I guess it wasn't important. So our little mini conversation there, and I love the healing. That was wonderful. Should we maybe pull a card for Judy?
Sure.
Since she's our commenter today.
Yeah.
We can both do it if you wish. Do you have a deck calling to you?
I'm looking.
I think I've got goddesses calling to me still.
Hang on, looking at all of them. Hang on.
Okay.
Oh, I think they wanted
Mm.
the big one. Hang on.
I've got Hecate. Is it Hecate? Is that how you say that?
Yeah.
The in between, which is interesting, especially since Judy and I had a conversation yesterday, and I think this could be a message for you, Judy. That let me pop this back up here so we know who we're talking to. This might be a message for you, kind of about the conversation we had yesterday. So I think it's Hecate is how you say it. In these cards, I love these cards, but the name is in gold, so it just doesn't come with a glare from the like. I don't think there's any way to get that to come
They are
through.
so pretty. I'm sitting here. I need to get that deck. It is so
They're
pretty.
super cool,
Yeah.
yeah. And I grabbed it when I was told that I needed to stop relying on the archangels and to expand into the goddess.
Yeah.
And I think it's a great way to get to know some of these. So it's a beautiful deck, and it's by it's this one by Colette
So
Baron Reed,
I have a
Goddess
couple by her that I
Oracle.
never use anymore.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to see if we can get Hecate through. And while you figure out what deck they would maybe want you to pull a card from. And then we'll both pull a card for her. And if anybody else is here and they would like one, comment, we'll hit you up. So let me see if I can bring her through. Oh, she's definitely present. Here goes the yawn. Hello, dear one. Yes, I am here, of course, as you have called me to bring in this message. This message is an important message, not only for Judy, but for all, really. I do talk about the in between. And many of you, this channel has been experiencing this a lot lately, but many of you experience this quite often through life where you have a time of what feels like you're in between, whether that be worlds, whether that be selves, whether that be situations, where you're in what this one refers to as a void, where you don't know what to do, you don't know how to be, and because you're human, you look for ways to change it and fix it. But the message that I want to bring to you today is settle in. I'm not saying stop doing things, but settle in to that phase of being in between. It is so healing. It is time for integration of things you have learned, of things that are coming into you. We are very often receiving, we, it's not really the way I should refer to that. You, humans, are often receiving from us light beings, your guides, your creators, your angels, what have you. You're receiving updates, upgrades. You're receiving information and, oh, so sorry, she's having a hard time finding a word. I don't have it in my brain. Let's see if I can get back. Understandings. Understandings is the word we are looking for. You are often being brought deeper understandings and pieces of understandings and experiences for you to see things a little differently. And in this in between stage, there is a lot of that happening. And if you settle into, I don't have to change anything right now. I want to stay as motivated as possible, but I'm willing to rest. If you can get into settling into that and knowing I'm in this in between phase, and that's a beautiful phase because when you come out, you will come out with these deep understandings and the knowing of what direction to go. And this is what you need and want. This is what you're waiting for. But it comes quicker if you can, to some degree, settle into that time period instead of pushing against it. This is kind of a similar concept to what Joelle was messaging earlier. So if you can stop pushing and you can just settle into that flow, even though it feels like it's not a flow, it is absolutely a flow. So we ask for you all and Judy to try to settle in. It doesn't have to be fully, you don't have to throw your arms up and lay in bed. That is not what we mean. But we mean get okay with the in between and keep doing what you're doing. Keep looking for inspiration. Keep allowing that flow to happen. That is what we wish for you. That is the message that I wanted to bring forward to you today.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that.
Hopefully that makes some sense.
Yeah.
Now I'm hearing myself in your echo. What is happening?
I think it's this guy.
Well, tell him to stop messing with your audio.
Some, I can't pronounce it. I'm sorry.
It's
Sanat
really not worse.
Mara?
Oh, Sanat Kamara.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you channeled him before?
I don't know if I've channeled him, but I definitely know him
Well,
from
he's the reason
the.
my ear went so crazy before I logged on with you.
Mm,
And I think he's another, not just for Judy, but for all of us.
general.
Yeah.
Did you change something? I'm sorry with your audio because it's gotten worse.
No.
Okay.
I really think it's him.
Yeah. Okay.
Can you not do that?
Maybe he could back up a little.
Because he's like coming in strong.
Okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. Oh no, you good. I was just
Do you think? Do you think, girl?
okay. I feel like it's more than him though.
Could it be a collective? Because I really feel like
I
there
think
is
so.
more than
And
one
I think
being.
that's why there's the echo, because it's like I feel like there's more than one person here.
So let's assume he's going to talk for a collective.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yes, dear ones. I am speaking for the collective, if you will. And we are sorry for the echo. We are quite strong in messing with your equipment. It cannot be helped right now. But yes, we do bring in the codes, upgrades, all that you are experiencing at this time, the ears ringing, the dizziness, tiredness because you were all in the middle of some major upgrades, if you will. You were on the cusp of expanding all of your powers. You need to be open and allow these to integrate and also rest as much as you can. This one has been unwell for the past few days, and it is part of the reason why. When you are tired, just take the time to rest. Do not worry about feeling lazy or whatever you call it. We are here to help. We are trying not to overwhelm, but sometimes it is a little necessary. There will be more coming, so please remember to drink and stay hydrated as well. Ooh, sorry, I just had to grab. He's making me dizzy. I had to grab onto the table here. Let me see
Yeah,
if I
there's a lot of energy with this. I'm
can.
hot, like, so
I,
I am clearly feeling it as well.
yeah.
Probably either one of us could have brought that through, this through. You're not done, I know.
Let's see if I can. If he has anything else, just to be open and know how much you are supported, because there will be much more coming in for y'all, and it will be great opportunities as well. Be patient, and as the other said, trust the flow, because it will all come to you in the time that is perfect for you. Thank you.
That's a lot of energy. I don't know if you all can
Yes.
feel that, but, like, I'm roasting.
I'm surprised I'm not. I'm just like I literally had to grab my desk because I'm like, this is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
But wow.
Yeah, he's a big, and he has some big, I don't know what that collective is, but he has some big collective energy with
Yeah.
him, like, really high vibe,
The
really high.
books. Oh,
I don't even know if
he's
I
the
spelled his
head of the
name.
Venusians.
Yeah.
Apparently, he came
Oh,
from Venus 6.5 million years ago.
Venusians. Okay, so that's
Oh,
probably the collective that he
yeah.
has. That's gonna be a representative of that, I bet.
Ooh.
Okay, yes. Interesting. That was fun. Who else can we
So we
do?
got big things coming for us, huh?
I think everybody does. I think
Yeah,
it's,
big
you
shift.
know, yeah, I think there is. I mean, we know, that Earth and all of this is all ascending, blah blah blah. We all have a general gist of that happening. So we know that that's why things, for those of us who've really kind of seeded into the light working and the understanding, you know, from different beings, and really opening up in that way, and it's moving so quickly for us now
Yeah.
because of where we're at in that path, as a world, really. And not everybody chooses that, and that's fine. They're not supposed to. Right. But yeah, I was gonna say something else, but Laura, wait. But Judy said upgrades make so much sense. I do feel like I'm integrating new and deeper understandings physically as well. Absolutely. So
Yeah.
he was saying you've been sick
Yep.
because it's ascension.
That,
And that's another note to make. We can get what we would call ascension flu.
right. That does make a lot because I wake up and it's like Do I have to get out of bed?
Well, and you are also, another note to make when you decide to enter this path in any sense, you kind of have to pace yourself a little bit. And
Right.
you, Joelle, have been channeling almost daily, more than one being.
Yeah.
You're like really hauling butt with it, which is
Cut back.
beautiful.
I have cut
But
back. Yeah.
I feel like you kind of overdid it a little.
Yeah.
We have, and it's hard not to,
Yeah.
because they're all right there in line waiting for us to talk to them.
Right.
And, we were learning, so we want to practice,
Yeah.
right? I,
And I think that's why she wouldn't come through this morning. She wanted me to wait.
yeah. And so, like, today, this, just as a general, like, let's just talk about what happens when you trans channel a little bit. Like, when you are doing this kind of thing and you have beings like that come in with a whole collective,
Right?
it's messing up the audio, it's throwing off the energy, it's making you dizzy. This takes a toll on the body.
Yeah.
So, Joelle is very much going to have to do some self-care this afternoon,
Oh
especially
yeah.
since she already is a little off because she's been channeling some really high beings. But we don't always know who's going to show up.
Mm-mm.
So we don't really always know to prepare.
Right.
But
But it's
what you're,
funny. They had me start drinking lemon water yesterday. I
yeah,
haven't done that, and so and I'm like, I just suddenly had an urge, but I think that's
yeah.
why now. Yeah.
Well, yeah. And the point with that too is you've got to flesh out. Like, they're healing and they're shifting our
Oh,
DNA in our bodies, and
right.
our bodies are still holding things that we don't need to hold. And it kind of breaks loose some toxins and some different things that need to flush
Right.
out of the body. So if we can add a little salt, a little lemon, those are good ways to kind of help the body
Yeah.
move that out. And anytime that you are present for something like this, if you can feel the energy, please drink water. Please drink water for the next day and a half or so.
Right.
Like, and if you choose to receive energy from someone, drink extra water. If you know you're going for a session, you drink water beforehand and after, but you really need to stay, yeah, very hydrated and that. And yeah, see, Judy says she drinks lemon water every day, and I've been meaning to, but
I try to,
they'll
but
make me sick so that I'll do it.
my squirrel brain. I need to. I don't know what's going on. I need to fix that, but
Well,
I think it's
let's get real for a second with Joelle. Joelle's really needing to work hard on considering self and self care. And it's not something that she does very easily at this point in her life. And we've all been there. And I have absolutely been you in the past. And I still am a little like, I still avoid doing it. But, she's busy. She's taking care of her grandchildren and the house and her son. And, she's got a lot going on. So,
16 animals.
ridiculous number of animals. Like, she has a little farm in her house,
Right.
and but you
I
have
heard
to make
boys.
space for
Yeah.
yourself. Yeah. But you
Yeah.
set yourself up that way. Like, we do that. We set ourselves up to be too busy so that we don't self-care.
Right.
Because, like, I think you mentioned this morning that you still have that worthiness piece, or I saw a video you did about the
Yeah.
worthiness piece. Like, we all have that a little bit.
Oh yeah. And I did a. Who did I? Oh, I channeled my higher self this morning.
Oh,
I did
you
channel.
want to channel her now?
That was it. Was
I'll
really
put you on the spot.
cool. But damn, I lost it. Where'd it go? What was I saying?
Oh, maybe they're like, let's not
Oh,
talk about that.
it was talking about the self care and how because I always feel like I have to take care of everybody else in the morning before I do my stuff. And it's like they will be okay and just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To kind of choose certain tasks to swap,
Right.
and be like, okay, I can do this. I can do me first. It's okay.
Right.
It's going to take me 20 minutes,
Yeah.
and everybody else can go get a glass of milk. We're good.
Yeah.
Right. Like, getting into the habit of, I
Yeah,
matter.
and it's hard. I mean, shoot, I'm what, 54, and I've been taking care of everybody else it's hard to break those habits. It really is. So, but I am getting better. I
It is.
have,
It's a matter of the shift, and
yeah,
you're in the midst of that. We're all growing and changing, and you're in the midst of that. So Joelle, lecture over, but you know They were making me lecture her this morning, you guys. It was so funny. Oh my gosh, I hope I'm not overstepping. They're just talking really clearly this morning.
But like I said, I love it because I need to hear it,
I'm one of those friends that's like, oh, they're telling me to tell you this.
I don't know.
Anyhow,
I need it.
um, yeah, yeah. I feel like we were a little all over the place, so sorry about that today. Hopefully, we brought through some helpful pieces for you. I really enjoyed your channeling.
Oh,
I really enjoyed that piece. That energy was amazing.
so it made you so
Oh no, it's wonderful. I
that's
mean,
good.
it's like confirmation, right?
Right.
Like so anytime we get those little, heated up moments or we get the chills or we get the I don't know, tingles, right?
Yeah.
Like those are all just confirmations of what's happening. But um I guess
You
thank you for being here with us today and we will be back next week. Um Maybe a little more organized. We'll see. Um
don't count
but
on it.
again, all right, we try so hard. If you feel drawn to either of us, you need any more information, all of our information should be, down below. You can visit our websites. You can, look us up on Facebook or wherever. We're happy to hear from you. If you have ideas for the show, like
Yeah.
we really would like to
So
expand and we
anything you want to
really,
know about.
yeah, yeah. And we really are trying to figure out exactly what people might want to see here.
Yeah.
So, if anybody has thoughts or, what have you, share them with us. We're open. We love y'all and we appreciate your presence here.
Thank y'all.
And have a great rest of your day. Bye bye.